Check out the starting lineup for the 4 seed and the defending national champion Texas Longhorns. Leanne Good homered in their quarterfinal win against Ole Miss and then did it again in their semifinal win against Georgia. 3 RBI, 3 runs scored for her. And they will face Jocelyn Brisky. They hit her pretty well during the regular season in Tuscaloosa, but the Tide did win 2 of 3 head-to-head. And Jocelyn, the SEC Pitcher of the Year, 21-2 on the season.
Well, Jocelyn Brisky has a lot of vertical separation with this rise ball and drop ball combination. Rise at the top of the zone, drop at the bottom of the zone, as well as a really good over-the-top changeup. She uses that rise about 49% of the time, so a lot of up, but that drop has been outstanding this year to help her pick up those strikeouts. The high whiff rate on both those pitches is going to be paramount today against Texas, but it's the changeup that will help set up those 2 pitches to make her successful in the circle.
Did not pitch yesterday, did pick up the win in the quarterfinals, beating Arkansas. Complete game 3 hitter, allowed just the 1 run with 7 strikeouts. And in the leadoff is Caden Henry, first team all SEC selection out of Dickinson, Texas. 410 hitter. 3 for 8 with a run scored in their 2 games here. Henry, first pitch swinging, pops it up. Salem Hawkins in foul territory, 1 down. So here comes the showdown between Brisky and Katie Stewart. Now in her junior season, which means she's played 24 series in the SEC. Her 3 home runs in early April against Alabama, the most she has hit in any SEC series.
Ball.
The 4th Longhorn to be named Player of the Year. Out of Frankfort, Illinois. And the new single season record holder with her 24 home runs.
She does really well against the rise ball. That's a big reason why her numbers have jumped this year. She was always really a down zone hitter, had more of that launch type swing, and now she can still cover down, but she's able to meet the rise ball a lot better.
1-1 to Stewart. And sends that one a flare out to right field. And a 1-out base runner for Texas.
I mean, you know you're seeing the ball big when you get an off-speed pitch, and we heard Smitty talk about how good Brisky's changeup is, but watch Stewart just delay her swing enough, and by the way, go up on a changeup. You usually see rollovers on that pitch. A great job from the SEC Player of the Year.
First hit of the tournament for Katie, who was 0 for 6 with a couple of walks prior to that. So here's one of the stars of the semifinal win. Vivi Martinez got the walk-off hit to beat Georgia 5-4. Vivi had a couple of RBIs as well in the quarterfinal win over Ole Miss, enjoying a good tournament. Her first in the SEC since she was injured all of last season. Coach Mike White raves about her presence, the stability that she brings to this lineup.
Well, being back on defense, too, in that shortstop position, it allows everybody else to be in their natural positions. Last year, there was a lot of that, a lot of shuffling, trying to figure out who was going to be the shortstop.
Katie Stewart played shortstop at one point. That's your first baseman having to go over there, figure it out.
Case in point.
She's only struck out 7 times all year. Here's the 0-2 from Brisky. Doesn't get her to chase. Marley Giles behind the plate. Chris Neighbors calling balls and strikes today. That one's smacked to second and scooped over to first, the only play for Jenny Young. And so Katie Stewart is in scoring position for Leanne Good, who has homered back-to-back days. Senior out of San Antonio, all SEC second teamer.
Ball.
Enjoying the best season of her career, guys, and it actually started in last year's NCAA tournament when she hit over 400 with 4 home runs. And it's carried over.
Including a difference maker in that championship series against Nyjah Kennedy. That felt like when everything kind of flipped, Leanne Good hit that home run. She knew it going around the bases. Yeah. She needed that confidence too. It's what carried her into this year.
2-0 from Brisky, and she catches the inside corner. Jocelyn, the righty junior from Phoenix, look at what she's done this year early in games.
Just the 1 walk. In fact, just 19 walks on the year. Impressive.
Her strikeout to walk ratio is 9-1. Second best in the country.
She really tightened things up this year. She got in the weight room. She got stronger. Her velocities increased.
Got under it. More work for Hawkins. And she'll make the catch. Starting lineup for the Alabama Crimson Tide here at the SEC tournament in their 2 games. 5 home runs by 4 different players. Near the top, towards the bottom, in the middle. They got all the bases covered. And they will need to keep swinging it against last year's World Series MVP, Tegan Kavan, who will start for the 3rd day in a row, the junior out of West Des Moines, Iowa. And another 20-game winner in the circle. Close to 200 strikeouts on the season. Seven innings of work on Thursday, 4 2/3 Friday night. And back for more against Bama. And it's Jenna Young. During the regular season meeting, Young is the only Crimson Tide hitter to homer off of Tegan. Kavan took a win and a loss in that series in Tuscaloosa a little over a month ago. Jenna, a terrific portal pickup for Patrick Murphy this year out of Iowa. He's a Midwestern guy. He's got good scouts all over the Midwest looking for talent.
He'll talk to umpires, random people in the parking lot. Yes. By the way, head coaches don't even go to travel ball tournaments as much anymore. Pat is there in the backfields. He finds talent all over this country.
She and Brooke Wells, the on-deck hitter, coming over from Houston, have been dynamite from 0-2 to 3-2. Patrick Murphy has won 5 SEC championships. Alabama has won 6. If they win today, Murph ties Tim Walton for the most in history, and an Alabama 7th championship would break their tie with Florida for the most SEC crowns. And a strikeout for Kavan to open things up.
Tegan Kavan, one of the best pitchers in the game because of her ability to throw this rise ball, and she throws it about 65% of the time. Look at the vertical break, over 10 inches. It's coming in at 70 miles an hour, but the changeup, it's a flip change over the top. Look at the loose wrist, and when she throws that at 59 miles an hour, it's amazing. This pitch on the outer half is a little bit of a scries, a little bit of a rise ball with a screwball movement. So first pitch strikeout for Kavan. Just so many tools in that toolbox of hers.
This is where she's got to be careful. This is the big hitter. We kind of highlight Katie Stewart on the reverse. Brooke Wells has the ability to hit it out at any point.
Ground ball to third. J.C. Nichols has it, 2 down.
And that's the pitch I was talking about in her scout, a 59-mile-an-hour changeup. Earlier this year, she was throwing that 62, 63 miles an hour, and it was getting hit. She's lowered that velocity down on it. It's been much more effective for her.
In the 3 spot, Alexis Papillo. She hit 500 in the series against the Longhorns. Second year at Alabama after starting out at Northern Iowa. She has transformed her body, transformed her game this year. Got in the weight room, changed her diet, conditioning.
Well, and Beth, I think she inspired a lot of her teammates.
Yeah. Turned herself into a 400 hitter.
Yeah.
And the rest have followed suit. Patrick Murphy says it's the most athletic team, the most versatile team he's ever had.
She is crowding Kavan right now. She's getting those toes right up on the line. We saw the strikeout to Jenna Young. That rise ball away. Kind of sticking to that arm side. You see Papillo just crowding in there.
Toes on the chalk.
And to your point, Jess, Kavan is a very arm side heavy pitcher, especially to lefties. She doesn't always like to come on the inner half to left-handed hitters. She'll go more over the plate and up like she just did to get that swing and miss.
Got her to chase the rise there, 2-2. And a full count.
She's positioned, toes on that line to what? To get to this pitch that's moving away from her barrel. But if she's in a regular position, she's not only not be able to reach this, but she gets around it to hit it out.
Here's Anna Roman. 17 runs scored at this SEC tournament for Alabama, 11 of them coming with 2 outs.
And that's scouting before you even get to your first at bat, Beth. I mean, that's what Alabama has done. They don't wait till their second or third at bat to figure out where they're going to place someone in the batter's box. Understanding who, that's why we've seen so many of these numbers, these home run records get broken because these hitters are smarter. They have a better understanding of who they're facing.
And that was a monster mash. That went over the berm.
And I don't know if there is confusion on the signal coming in, but Kavan took a long time to get that signal to the point where Papillo was ready to go, put her bat down, and then came back up because Kavan was looking to try the first. So I don't know if she was shaking and didn't want to go to it, but I don't know how committed she was to that rise ball.
Gets ahead of Roman here, 0-2. And the strikeout as she bounces back. Let's a fitting end to the regular season to set us up for the NCAA tournament since they've been bashing home runs all over the place. Reese Atwood, one of the best at doing it over the course of her career, the best ever at Texas. And she will lead things off here in the second. Down 1-0. And a ground ball to short. Hawkins has it, spins, 1 down. While we're talking home runs, congratulations to UCLA slugger Megan Grant. Hit out number 38, a tip of the cap to Laura Espinoza.
That's right.
Whose record stood from Arizona for 31 years. And probably fitting that an old Pac-10er ends up setting a new mark.
And she hit it off of Jordy Fromm.
Yeah.
Is what's impressive.
And she hit it over the scoreboard.
Take a look at it.
That's how Megan Grant does it. Number 38, taking this from Jordy Ball Fromm over the scoreboard out in the forest.
Wow.
Go find that ball, keep it forever, Megan Grant. Show your grandkids.
So she passes Espy with her 15th home run in her last 19 games. And now the race is on to see who will set the new record, because Kendall Wells from Oklahoma and Megan's teammate Jordan Woolery also have 30-plus taters.
Yeah, they're not done yet.
I think the odds are high. The record will be broken before 31 years.
Right? That's what's incredible that it lasted that long.
Exactly.
I mean, batting averages were a third of what they are now. ERAs were unbelievable. It was minuscule to be able to get runs, hit home runs. No one had more than 20 home runs. So Laura Espinoza,
exactly,
37 in 1995. I mean, her photo's black and white.
Yeah. Here's Alyssa Sneed, the third different starting left fielder in the last 3 days, with Hannah Wells down at first. Now get out of play. UCLA did end up, by the way, losing that game. Congratulations to Nebraska, the Big Ten champs. You saw Florida State win the ACC. Arizona State with the stunner of the day, winning the Big 12 over Texas Tech.
Kenzie Brown.
Wow. Yeah. Stellar. And now that almost guarantees that Texas Tech could host a regional, but probably have to hit the road for the Supers. There's a base knock out to center, and a couple on board here. And the tying run moves into scoring position.
This is a great job by Snead just to get that ball into the outfield on a changeup. We've been talking about left field has kind of been a revolving door for Texas. And Snead gets the opportunity and takes advantage here. Changeup, it's actually a good pitcher's pitch. This is out of the zone.
You think?
But she throws that barrel out, gets that extension, and just gets it out onto the green.
It's in the other batter's box.
Yes.
Going to get a pinch hitter out there, a pinch runner at second base. Hannah Wells can re-enter. Looks like that's Taylor Anderson, who will look to tie it for Texas. J.C. Nichols in the 9 spot in the order. The freshman third baseman who replaced Mia Scott. Has a couple of hits here in the tournament. Out of Durant, Oklahoma.
She liked using the ground. She'll run through the box with that slap the ground here very hard. So she's had a lot of fun trying to use that ground and then her legs. Don't really see that solo slapping. I mean, this is what she'll stick to. Rarely does she stand in and swing away.
This time tries to lay down the bunt. Now a 2-strike count. Anderson at second, Snead at first. Wow. Fights off the inside pitch.
That's impressive. It's hard, I think, for anyone to understand, because if you're a regular hitter, you know, obviously anything coming at you, you can just move. But imagine running at the pitcher as a ball's coming at you and then trying to make contact with it. That's what J.C. Nichols just did.
Shortening the distance. Texas 5 for 17 with a runner in scoring position here in Lexington.
Got to protect that off speed. It's one of the harder things. Normally you're trying to time your hands. Now you have to time your feet and your body along with your hands and your slapper.
Well, missed it high, 2-2.
How about Alabama? That left side pulled well up. Salon Hawkins, the shortstop, is so close. Look at how pulled up and in that 5-6 hole.
Pulls it to second, and the throw to first in time to get Nichols.
I think they're going to challenge
They might challenge this. She does advance the base runners, and it looked like she was safe.
Yeah.
Once they got the second hop, J.C. Nichols so tough
Ruling
to
on the
throw
field as
out.
the runner was out at first base. Texas is challenging. The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, this is just a slow developing play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, safe. Big time safe.
There's a reason why Salon Hawkins, the shortstop, was playing even with third base.
Exactly.
Second base was back. So she gets it to Jenna Young, and it's a base hit.
The ruling on the field is changed. Runner safe at first base. Texas will change their challenge. Has 2 remaining.
This is a slapper's game. Use the ground, then use your legs. And she sees how far the left side is pulled in, so she goes to the right side. As soon as it gets that sock and hop, that allows her to get another step and a half, and that's how much she's safe by. Get down the line.
That has changed. That means they saw definitive proof like we did. So the bases are now loaded with 1 out. And it's the 9-hitter Ashton Maloney. 1 hit in her last 12 at-bats. She does have a double here. And now they're going to pull Maloney back and go with Victoria Hunter, who's got a little more pop in her bat. And what a moment for her to come on. Hunter on the season, 4 for 21 with a home run and 2 RBI. Fouls off the first pitch. 1 for 3 on the season with the bases loaded.
She's got to find grass, and whether that's in the air, the ground ball is kind of the worst case scenario here because of the double play. This is almost a tailor-made double play. Jenny Young able to get to this. She kind of dives to try to smother it. I thought she was able to maybe get to this without leaving her feet. Once she does that, kind of knocks it down. It was hit hard, 75 miles an hour.
So the RBI single from the pinch hitter, Hunter. And the bases are still loaded for the top of the order. Lance McMahon, the pitching coach, out to talk with Jocelyn Brisky. As Texas getting to the SEC Pitcher of the Year here, and Vic Moten is already up in the bullpen.
This Texas team had a lot of success against Brisky in the regular season. They had a very high contact percentage, over 88%. And Brisky has a lot of swing and miss, but she has not against Texas. They've been throwing a lot of drops low in the zone. I have not seen that really good elevated rise ball yet in this game.
Yeah, they beat her in game 1 of the series. And for Brisky, a season-high hits allowed, a season-high earned runs allowed. Here's Caden Henry. Popped up to short her first time up. The numbers from their regular season showdown, and look at that.
Yeah, it's crazy. 4 home runs against the Longhorns. The batting average against, super elevated, over 375.
Does check it. They look down to Steve Gould at third. Cam Ellison and Marty Abazishan, the other umpires on the bases. And it's 1-2. Still loaded for Katie Stewart.
They want to check that play. Ambry Taylor insistent that her foot stayed on. The call was that she came off the bag. By the way,
Ruling
great.
on the field was the foot was pulled at third base. The runner is safe. Alabama's
Yeah, she's on the
challenging
bag.
previous plays under further review.
I mean, Salem Hawkins, by the way, just making this play,
And
she's out.
Make the throw on her back. Yeah, I think she's out as well. Just to be able to make an accurate throw from that position being on her back is impressive.
And quick. I mean, there's speed all over the base paths right now.
Call on the field is safe, but it looks like both coaches are going to win their first challenges of the game. Unless there's another angle. It certainly appeared that Taylor's foot was still on the base. The run would score. It would be the second out of the inning. It also opens up the possibility that you walk Stewart.
The fielder had possession of the ball with her foot on the bag. The call is changed. Runner's out at third base. 2 outs.
I definitely think that's the right call. That was an outstanding effort by Hawkins, as well as Ambry Taylor, to keep that foot on.
But Snead does come in to score. So second and third for Stewart, who singled her first time up. First and second, the base runners. Trying to hit her way out of her longest home run drought of the year.
Brisky's got her where she wants her. That 0-2 count allows her to use that rise ball out of the zone. And after coming in on the hands like she just did, that quickens up the bat speed for Katie Stewart, making her have to swing earlier. Tougher to pick up that rise ball.
Well, I think it's important for Brisky to go with what she does best, and that's her rise ball. She hasn't thrown that here. She's been trying to beat Texas with the drop ball. Texas, their swing path is right into that pitch down. I think you go up and then you get them to chase down when you're ahead.
Missed that one away. 2-2.
It's a good take. It's off the plate. I'm wondering if Brisky's got good feel for the rise ball. We'll see it here because I mean, she has to go back to that. Last rise ball almost went to the backstop.
Not just the home run power, but she led the SEC in batting average this year as well as OPS.
Of course, it was the rise ball away that Katie Stewart hit out against Brisky.
Yep.
If you're going to throw it, get it up and out of the zone.
Maloney and Henry aboard.
Owie.
Fouled that off her leg.
This ball's got some run in.
Oh, the shin.
Yeah, that never feels good. And you can see, so not only is it dropping, it's actually running toward her, and then she goes right into her shin bone.
Massaging a little bit. And ready to step back in. Big moment here for the SEC Player of the Year. Oh, man.
Brisky went right back to the same spot, same result.
Oh, wow, almost the exact same spot.
Jesus.
Oh. Brisky's using those angles.
Pops it up. Jenny Young back on the grass, makes the catch. But a couple across for Texas and a 2-1 Longhorn lead.
Next time around, she's constantly taking notes throughout the course of the season on what she learned. You guys talked about it earlier. She put work in the weight room this season as well. She is squatting 405 and benching 205. Talk about a beast on and off the field, ladies.
I love it.
That's how you get to a pitch that's away and pull it as far as she did. And I just love coming into her senior season. She said her main goal, Alyssa, was to play professionally after college.
She'll probably get a shot at the AUSL, which you can watch all summer long, including the Championship Series on ESPN networks. 5, 6, and 7. Alabama's lead taken away by Texas in the top half of the inning. Giles 1 for 5, drove in a couple of runs yesterday when they run-ruled Florida 9-1 in 5 innings. That was after they beat Arkansas in the quarters 7-1. So Texas has already scored a couple to match the number of runs Alabama had allowed in their first 2 games. Swinging and a miss, and it's strikeout number 3 for Kavan.
Wow, Kavan, earlier in this at-bat to Giles, she has a rise ball that has 11 inches of vertical break. Now she comes back downstairs with a drop ball at 69 miles an hour with 3.5 inches of downward break. You can just see that ball falling off the table. Just such a great split, almost 15 inches of vertical separation between those 2 pitches.
She's got 7 swing and misses already. Here's Audrey Vandegrift. It was her solo home run that swung the momentum Alabama's way against Arkansas in the quarters. As you see the shadows now starting to creep across the batter's box and out towards the pitcher's mound. Game.
Kavan using that rise ball at multiple levels. That one a little bit lower in the zone. She's ahead, so she goes way up on this one. Downstairs with the changeup.
I liked Papillo's approach in getting up on the plate. I'm surprised more of these lefties aren't doing that because Kavan has not really come inside to them. Everything has been away.
Sends that one the opposite way down the line and foul off the base of the wall. She's having a terrific tournament, 4 for 7.
A little bit on the struggle bus earlier this year. Was the usually everyday leadoff for Alabama. Coach Murphy moved her down into the 6th slot, because through his research he finds that this 6th slot comes up second most to lead off an inning.
Been a really good move for her. And the strikeout, though, from Kavan there. She struck out 3 in a row.
And this is just a hop and rise. 70 miles an hour at the top of the zone. This pitch is well out of the zone. This is what it's called, putting the ball in the eyes of the batter. Look at the movement on this, the climb on it. That is just an unbelievable pitch. You can see the rotation on it. 4th strikeout for Kavan.
Here's Ambry Taylor.
I love, by the way, that we get to look at the slow motion of that rise ball. So people at home that see them strike out on a pitch that's over their head are like, why are they swinging? And then you get to see where it starts.
Yep.
That's what the hitter sees, so much movement on a really good rise ball.
Taylor has homered twice, 1 in each game. And she had the walk-off single yesterday.
And just to your point on the rise ball, yes, it is up there, but what also makes it difficult is that you read her rise spin and she'll throw it down mid-quad, and you watch it, and you're like, oh, that's the pitch I want. And then she throws it at your eyes, and that's when you swing through.
That's mean.
At 70 miles an hour for a softball pitcher, your reaction time as a hitter is similar to a 95 to 100-mile-an-hour fastball in MLB.
Yeah, 0.3 of a second.
Not much time to
make that decision.
Yeah, decide. Here's the 2-1 to Taylor. And Kavan is racking up the swings and misses. Got 11 already. And looking to strike out the side. Couple hops to Martinez. And it is 1, 2, 3 for Texas. 2-1 lead for the Longhorns through 2. Grounded out her first time up against Jocelyn Brisky. And let's send it over to Alyssa.
So this season comes after she missed the entirety of the 2025 season after suffering a non-contact knee injury. She told us last night she's filled with so much gratitude after learning how fast this sport can be taken away.
Goes the opposite field. 1 down.
She said she's learned how to appreciate the little things more. Her teammates, you make an error, so what? Just move on and learn from that. She's hitting .436 in her last 12 games coming into today. She just talked about how much her confidence has grown this season.
In that perspective, watching her team win a national championship, Alyssa, last year, and she was a huge leader on that team. Being able to take that into her senior season.
I think most athletes learn a lot when they're on the bench, either by injury.
Leanne Good, opposite field, base hit.
Tell you what, she's peppering them all over. We talked about her home runs coming into this, but this is a beautiful job of a Brisky drop ball that's low and away. I mean, that's all you can do with it. Still hitting 72 miles an hour. Anything hard hit is 65 plus, so it gives you an idea of how hard that was hit.
Has a hit now in each of the 3 games. That's the first one that didn't leave the yard, by the way. The other 2 were home runs. And here's Reese Atwood. Ground out to short. Trying to get her groove back a little bit. It's been a struggle at the plate of late. Specifically, spotting the change out of the pitcher's hand.
In our last 5 games, she has not seen that changeup. Specifically, 7 of her last 10 Ks have been on the changeup. The other 3 strikeouts have been on the rise ball. So she's been attacked with those 2 pitches. You can see her first 36 games outstanding. Look at the 22 extra base hits, but
look at that slug.
It's just amazing.
A third of what it was.
Earlier in the year, it's so good.
And this is the best slugger in school history.
Yeah. But if you can't identify the mix of speed or the change of speed, you're going to have a hard time hitting the ball hard.
10th in NCAA history in RBI, by the way, with over 270.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Look at against the changeup, a batting average of just 200, a K rate, a strikeout rate, or a strike-through rate of 34%.
Full count from Brisky. Base runner every inning so far for Texas. Right back up the middle and a base knock for Atwood. Good will hold at 2. And a couple aboard with 1 down.
And that's a great adjustment by Reese Atwood, but this is also a drop ball thrown after a non-competitive rise ball. That is sweet, and it has to be because it's a 3-2 count. So going back downstairs to the drop ball, Brisky's completely gone away from her rise ball up in the zone that's been so good all year long, and Reese Atwood takes advantage of it.
And Texas is saying thank you. They hit 571 this year against the drop ball specifically. They like that pitch. They do a good job with it. Good example of it there. 2 consecutive hits on the drop.
I mean, when I was in the circle, if someone was going to beat me, they were going to have to hit my rise ball. If I'm a rise ball pitcher, beat me with my best
Your
pitch.
best pitch, yep. So here's Hannah Wells. Chance to bust it open. Got hit by a pitch, and her pitch runner came around to score in that 2-run second inning. Two for 3 with a couple RBI last night against Georgia.
Brisky is just eating shins for breakfast. We look back to Friday night and watch how beat she is on this changeup and how strong she is. Look at where she's at with her lower half, but yet strong enough. That just gives you an indication of the freshman Hannah Wells. Hitting it out, barely clearing center field, only with her upper body.
That was back-to-back after Good had hit a home run just before her.
Great job by Giles to get to that pitch well off the plate.
You saw what she did on something middle away that was off speed, so trying to get in on the hands.
Just outside the line. Defending national champs, but they lost some key components like Mia Scott and Jolie Mitchell, Mac Morgan in the circle. Reloaded with players like Hannah Wells. Mike White has talked about not defending a championship, but attacking a championship. Get better every day, and one of the things they circled, the biggest goal was to win an SEC championship. They were the preseason favorites, finished 4th during the regular season, and now here today, a shot at the school's first SEC title.
That's the progression, right? You've got to win possibly the regular season, then you have the SEC tournament, then the potential of a regional, a super regional, before you win the national championship.
That one will stay in play, and it's called and caught by Taylor. As she smacks into Giles, she's able to hold on.
And I like the fact that Ambry Taylor calls this the entire time. Now, she doesn't call it with her arms because she's got her hands up in the air. She does a little bit at first, but she's yelling all the way, but obviously Giles doesn't hear her. But that is a great job by Ambry Taylor to hold on to that. And if someone's going to get hit and go to the ground, at least Marley Giles has the gear on.
They also did not allow the runners to advance, so Atwood and Good stay at first and second.
Tell you what, Brisky's doing a great job to these righties, just coming in on the hands, getting in their kitchen. Hannah Wells, that was a jam shot fly out. Seen 3 shins just get eaten up. Had to come in again, and that one left a little bit higher.
Onto the roof of the batting cages. 6 hits from 6 different Longhorns off of Brisky so far. Threatening to score once again here in the top of the 3rd. Sneed singled and scored in the 2nd. Down here 1 and 2. And now it's head coach Patrick Murphy going to come out and chat with Jocelyn.
She just doesn't look comfortable to me, and her misses are non-competitive. She's not really thrown like this all year long. You can just see that she's battling some stuff. And it could be physical stuff, but to me it's a little bit of confidence as well. You see this inning already, 22 pitches, a split, 13 strikes to 9 balls.
Yeah, she's going to hit 70 in just the 3rd inning. Vic Moten was up earlier. She is not anymore. She threw 5 innings yesterday.
Well, and Brisky just so much better when she's ahead in the count. Look at that batting average against when she is throwing ahead in the count. Just a $112, 344 when she is behind.
Gets Sneed to chase and ends the threat. Just the championship team, very comparable. And can they make a similar run towards a second title? Of course, 2012, Dancing in the Rain, and the first ever championship for an SEC program.
Yeah, they had the J Train, Jackie Traina in the circle, so they had a dominant pitcher, a good backup behind her, and the offense that could score runs for that pitcher.
And it was a different kind of offense because they had some home run hitters, but then they had the Caleb Rose of the world that were stealing bases and creating havoc on the base paths.
5 really good seniors on that team, good leadership.
This is where the bottom of Alabama's order kind of exemplifies that Caleb Rowe-ness. Let's take a look at the first base coach, who was part of that national championship team. Salyn Hawkins and Kristen White down here at the bottom. Do a lot of different things. Kristen White, short game, she's on deck, but trying to roll it up to the top of the order.
Hawkins 0 for 4 with a run scored so far in the SEC tournament. Tegan Kavan with 4 strikeouts, gave up the home run to Alexis Papillo back in the first. Called strike 3. She's K'd for the last 5.
Tegan Kavan is just so much sharper today than she was last night. Upwards, just really good control today. Those 74 pitches she threw last night, she gave up the 4 runs. It almost seems like it was a warm-up to make her sharper for today.
Well, that's what's crazy. This is the 3rd day in the row that she's thrown. I mean, Brisky's had rest. Has been struggling a little bit with her command, and Kavan is just lights out right now.
Well, we saw it last year at the World Series. She's almost one of those pitchers that throws better as she goes. I mean, there's that fine line between throwing too much and throwing just enough to be really, really sharp. She struck out 5 of the first 8 hitters that she's faced. I mean, she's just very on point.
The number 9 hitter here. That was an epic performance last year in Oklahoma City for Tegan Kavan. She went 4-0, the 31 2/3 innings without allowing an earned run is a record. A 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
18 Ks. And the new format actually helps a pitcher like Kavan because it's, you know, it's enough, but it's not too much. You can throw multiple days back to back. And there she goes again.
Another strikeout. Number 6, the first time through the batting order.
Just working the edges. This one's a drop ball down and inside to Kristen White. The movement on this pitch, it's 4 inches of downward break at 70 miles an hour. Spin rate over 1,200.
She's not predictable right now. Normally you face Kavan, you kind of have an idea of what she's leaning on, but she's got both the rise and drop and the off speed. All 3 are working, and on both sides of the plate.
That's the key. She's really doing a good job. She tends to live at times too much on the arm side, but she's actually coming into lefties.
That's why Kristen White didn't want nothing to do with that strike 3. I mean, she's like, wait, hold up. Now you're going to come. I talked about Alabama and the tones on the line, Papillo. Because Kavan is so predictable that way, and Kavan's like, no, I can come inside if I want to.
Young was a strikeout victim her first time up with a rise ball.
Ball.
Doesn't swing at that one. 2-1. For the SEC championship and possibly the overall #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Find out tomorrow night, 2 hours of coverage on our selection show. High fly ball out to Kavan Henry. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Kavan, and Texas up 1. Of the year is out. One of the best freshmen in the country comes on. Vic Moten out of Daphne, Alabama.
Vic Moten has a lot of velocity, throws with a lot of energy and power in the circle. Really good screwball in the outer half to lefties. A drop ball that falls off the table. A hoppy rise at the top. Again at 71 miles an hour. It pops.
Texas saw her for about 9 innings of work during the regular season series. And then Vic was the winning pitcher yesterday. 5 innings of work against Florida. Finding the strike zone was a bit of an issue. She walked 7, but continued to fight and work out of jams until the Alabama bat started cooking.
Ball.
So she comes on here in the 4th, facing 8-9 and then the top. Nichols singled in the 2nd.
Ball.
That's the concern with Moten, and Mike White just addressed it right there too, is you got to be patient. They saw what happened yesterday. She'll have big misses.
You could almost classify Vic Moten as effectively wild. Just very explosive, though. Her motion is so quick from start to release.
Full count. And gets the strikeout of Nichols. Swung at ball 4.
72-mile-an-hour pitch on the lower half. You see this ball. It's actually a screwball running away. And when she gets that big strikeout, look at the emotion, the energy. She is pumped. She's a lot of fun to watch. You just know there's all that energy bottled up in that body.
That'll bring up Ashton Maloney. Was pinch hit for in the 2nd inning when Victoria Hunter drove in a run with a single. So her first AB today. Had a huge outfield assist, throwing out Marissa Miller at home plate to save a run in what ended up being a 1-run Texas win with a walk-off in the 7th. Using that dirt and safe at first.
Just use that dirt. That's what we've seen slappers do all week long here in Kentucky. That higher hop is what allows her to be safe. And even if that's a clean field, off of your front foot, being able to throw across your body with the speed of Maloney, you're not going to get her out. That's why it's a base hit, not an error. Texas leads the country in infield hits. 91. They use their speed. Kavan Henry, another example of that up to bat right now.
Caden's 0 for 2 against the starter Brisky. That one scoots foul. Little bunt and run on. Maloney, by the way, becomes the 7th different Longhorn with a hit tonight.
Ball.
This is a Texas offense that can put up a lot of runs. It was interesting hearing Coach Mike White talk about the team and say, you know what, sometimes we've been struggling a little bit as of late. We should go back and look at stuff. We're actually not doing that bad, even though it feels like we've stubbed our toe a bit. Their numbers are impressive. And they've been really successful against Alabama, which is a top pitching staff in the country, top 5 in ability to strike out hitters, batting average against, whip.
Yeah, he talked about reframing the information and finding the positives. I mean, their batting average was tied for best in the league. And the defense and pitching has been strong.
But if you look at where they ended in the regular season and some of the games they dropped, there was this heaviness feeling. And I think it's because you win a national championship. It's the expectation.
Moten gets the strikeout of Henry, 2 down.
And again, the freshman showing, the moxie showing the rotation of this rise ball. 72 miles an hour, 8 inches of vertical jump, a spin rate over 1,500, and of course the energy, the passion, and the stomp.
And now dealing with Katie Stewart.
Added that pad to that shin.
Yeah.
She hit 2 balls back-to-back off of her shin. It doesn't get any easier with Vic Moten. That was against Brisky. Because now Vic still might attack her inside with that drop.
1-1. Stewart singled in the first, popped up in the second. Chance for the SEC Player of the Year to do some damage. And Maloney will waltz her way into scoring position. A wild pitch from Moten.
See, kind of pulling off those inside pitches, and that's what she did on a Brisky drop ball inside. Watch her hit it right off, direct shot into her shin. She did this back-to-back. Ends up with a giant lump. You can see the lump right under that swoosh. Wow.
2-2. And the count goes full now with first base open. Three home runs in the regular season series.
Yeah, she's frustrated there because everything she's hitting around, which is why she hit that one off the shin, but both those foul balls, that pitch is low and away. And remember her first hit in this game against, it was against Brisky, but she hit it opposite field. That's her swing.
Opposite field on a changeup against Brisky.
We talked so much coming into this. Of course, Katie Stewart's SEC Player of the Year, but it's been everyone else that's contributed up until this point. Katie's bat's been pretty quiet, so this has got to feel good. A hit in the first inning, battles to get to this pitch off her hands. This is how strong Katie Stewart is. That was off literally inches from her hands, gets it into the grass. Another run for Texas comes in.
And the wild pitch costly because that is what got Maloney into scoring position.
Giving away those extra 60 feet, Beth. The wild pitches, the mistakes.
Let's check in with Alyssa.
I asked head coach Patrick Murphy, guys, at the beginning of the week when he knew that Vic Moten would be a reliable arm for him. He said the Georgia Tech series, she gave up back-to-back home runs, and I walked out there, and it was the best huddle I had ever been in as a coach. There was no negativity. She looked me right in the eyes, and she shut them out the rest of the way. He talked about her having such a short memory and compared her mental side to Montana Fouts.
Yeah, we called that game, Alyssa, and that was quite a performance when she came back into the game. A totally different pitcher. Trying to work through some trouble here after Katie Stewart picks up her first RBI of this SEC tournament. Vivi Martinez is 0 for 2. What a comeback of a season it would be for Texas. They opened up in the preseason polls ranked #1 as the defending national champions. Can they finish up their season with an SEC tournament championship and a #1 seed into the NCAAs. It was the Alabama series loss that started their April showers. For the second year in a row, they've struggled in April, but of course it brought May flowers in a national championship last year.
Well, maybe they think it worked last year. We're going to do it again this year. And yeah, this is a team that's very talented, but you can see in April. But that's the thick of the SEC. That's what happens.
They're not afraid to take their lumps. This has happened on more than one occasion with Mike White getting his Texas team through some tough spots and a tough schedule, find out what their warts are, what they need to work on. They have played for the national championship in 3 of the last 4 years. And one time, the regular season was so rough, they were unseeded and still made it to the finals.
What about that? 15 and 13 in April, the last 2 seasons, and then the turnaround when it matters most.
Well, and they got run-ruled at this tournament last year by Texas A&M, and they looked like they were dropping off the cliff, and then the recovery and ability to put all that behind them.
Resilience, such a big part of this game, and that one hit good. So a couple of hits, a hit batter, a wild pitch, and the bases are loaded for Reese Atwood.
Screwball that just gets away from Moten.
3 free passes in the inning. And is this the breakout moment for Reese? Singled her last time up. Heat at 71 miles an hour misses. Two and out.
And it's always left field. It has been not just the sun, the wind, but it's been plays like this where they're not tough plays. It's an easy, everyone's running in thinking easy catch in and out of the glove. This is the 6th time we've seen a left fielder drop a fly ball here at the SEC tournament.
And that's a backbreaker for Moten. 2 runs come in.
Yeah, it truly is hard to explain the number of drop balls by the outfield. And All-American outfielders.
Yes.
Outfielders that make Sports Center catches that can cover so much ground. I mean, she's got the shades, she's got the visor, and that wasn't a sunball case.
No. And now Texas can really bust it open.
Ball.
3 runs in on just 2 hits. Walks, hit batters, errors, wild pitches.
Yeah, all of it.
Some of it self-inflicted here for Bama.
I was talking to Alabama before their last game and talking about left field. Just with Kayla Broke, she's an outfielder. She's like, we don't talk about it. Like, we don't know what's going on, but we're afraid if we talk about it with our outfielders, they're just going to start dropping balls because everyone's aware of this.
Oh, and Giles dropped the 3rd strike, foul tip.
Moten, how about her reactions? She's ready to punch somebody.
This is drop ball. It's in the glove and it almost,
And she strikes her out.
yeah, Moten thinks she has her struck out. She's taking her face mask off.
Freshman versus freshman. Their first taste of this SEC championship and what it's all about and how chaotic it can be. Called strike 3, got around the corner.
Using that incredible rise ball, drop ball, and setting those pitches up with their changeup.
And she starts out with Alabama's toughest hitter, Brooke Wells.
I haven't seen Brooke Wells get pitched to, but Kavan has been coming right at her. First time this tournament, a pitcher's attacked her.
2, 3, and 4 due up. Two and one.
And that's where Kavan has been good today, because she's behind 2-0 and she throws a ball that is a dart on the corner. It's not too sweet. It's a hitter's count. It's a really good pitcher's pitch.
It's an Alabama offense this year that has been flirting with school records. Batting average, slug, runs per game. They have been at their best against the best, 9 and 4 against the top 10 RPI. That's the best in the country. Snagged by Nichols. Good glove work and then dropped by Stewart.
What is going on? This is the third time we've seen just routine balls dropped. And by the way, picking up your teammate, JC Nichols, look at this play. This is the third great play we've seen her get up, make a great throw over to Katie Stewart and just misses it. Should go down as an E3.
So the door opens for Alabama and their home run hitter, Alexis Papillo. 4 for 6 on the season against Tegan Kavan. They took 2 of 3 during the regular season. Texas trying to even the overall series in a matchup today that may also decide who gets the #1 seed in the NCAA championships. Nebraska has put together a strong resume. Certainly Oklahoma has put together a strong resume. And then there's these two teams.
Look at how they're attacking Papillo this at bat. Remember, she hit the home run back in the first. The only loud anything we've seen against Tegan Kavan, but that was a pitch middle away.
Still Alabama's only hit. Right back to Tegan, who knocks it down, fires to first. 1 out. Kinley Pate, the pinch runner, down to second base. Sold out crowd, and the total attendance here in Lexington, the 3rd highest in SEC tournament history. 70 and sunny today. Cools off fast though in the shade.
Certainly does.
It was cool to see the hundreds and hundreds of people lined up way before, 3-4 hours before the game. The berm is packed, standing room only. Ticket prices quadrupled overnight.
This is pregame outside the front door, outside the gates.
Wow.
It went around the corner. Everyone was happy too. I mean, it was, get me into this game. I want to see Alabama and Texas. Let's go.
It's a lot of softball fans.
Bounces off of Nichols and out into left. And runners on the corners for the Tide.
Anna Roman gets into this ball, drives it hard, trying to sneak it through this 5-6 hole. And you can see it's coming out of the shadow into the sun, and it goes off the heel of JC Nichols. Exit velocity of, well, it actually goes off her knee, takes a hop up. Comes off at 63 miles an hour. I think that's more about the hop off the dirt. Looks like she was in front of it.
So Alabama, they know in their back pocket they have been the best comeback team in softball this year. They had 3 innings with crooked numbers yesterday against Florida. And they were down 1-0 against Arkansas before exploding for a big inning. Ended up hitting 4 home runs to beat the Hogs. in their quarterfinal. Here's Marley Giles. One of the Alabama seniors. Struck out in the second.
And that's what's going to be important, is getting in leverage counts, not getting chased out of the zone, which they've been doing a little bit earlier. I mean, when Kavan is painting the corner so well, you've got to make sure you're making good decisions in that box.
Giles out in front. Pitching for the third day in a row. Blowing through the order the first time around. In a bit of a jam here the second time through. She got 11 swing and misses in the first couple of innings, none since. And walks Giles to load the bases. And Audrey Vandegrift strolls to the plate as the tying run. The same Audrey Vandegrift who had the drop out in left field last inning.
Well, you know what it's like. This is about redemption, opportunity to come up with the bases loaded, trying to make up for that miss.
That was a 2-run miss.
First pitch swinging, and there's the miss that Kavan was looking for.
She struck out on the rise ball, so she goes right back upstairs, just waiting for Vandegrift to make an adjustment. Otherwise, it would not give her anything in the zone to hit. Stay up there.
0-2.
Absolutely, and stay even higher.
Kavan has given up 20 home runs on the season, including Papillo earlier in the game.
Ball.
Tries to sneak one across. Down and out.
Ball.
It's a good eye. Got to come back up and get underneath those hands.
Atwood wants to make sure she's on the same page.
Reese was cringing off that last one, too. I think she needed another minute.
These two have been together through all the battles for the last 3 years. Few, if any, have been better. They're both members of the U.S. national team pool this summer. Went back upstairs, 2 down.
Tegan Kavan has an elite rise ball, and she's going up against a hitter that she knows she can beat with the rise. A couple of rise balls to get ahead. Then she's going to work on the outer half. Does not get Vandegrift to bite, so she comes back upstairs with the rise ball on the outer half, induces the swing and miss. A massive strikeout with the bases loaded. 7th of the game.
Still loaded for Taylor, who has 2 home runs in the tournament. Grounded out her first time up.
That first strike was a few inches off the plate, and you could tell Kavan, we've seen it with our strikeout packages, has been living on those edges, but also getting the calls on those edges. She's already tough enough when she's in the zone.
Check foul, 1-2. Bases loaded on a single, an error, and a walk for Alabama. 1 swing away from tying the game. Title and their first conference championship since 2005. They are in charge right now, 5-1. White with the catch, calling off Roman. And Alyssa Sneed is retired, 1 down. For Alabama, if they can rally, they win a record 7th SEC championship. They just had their best chance go by the wayside. Tegan Kavan, back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded. JC Nichols. Single and a strikeout for her. That's the first time, by the way, that Kavan has had back-to-back Ks with the bases loaded in her career. Vandegrift with a catch in foul territory, 2 down. Hey, the NBA Western Conference semifinals continue tonight. On ABC, it's Game 3. Can the Thunder go up 3-0 on the Lakers? Game is also available on the ESPN app. Defending champs look really good. Swept Phoenix in the opening round and now up 2-0 on LA.
Means OKC is going to be popping. That just keeps on going. And it's called World Series, and we get the NBA Finals to come through there.
We have your NCAA selection show, 2 hours of coverage for you tomorrow night. Regionals start May 15th, so next weekend. The Supers the following weekend after that. And the World Series kicks off May 28th. And the World Series last year, my goodness, Texas winning its first title. We had 5 walk-off wins. We have the intentional walk that wasn't a walk to Reese Atwood. Folks stealing home, coaches getting ejected.
The lights went
Obstruction
off.
calls, the lights went off, and of course,
Appendix
G.
That needs to be the t-shirt for this year.
We'll see if we can top it on the road to the 44th Women's College World Series with no clear favorite really this year. Whole bunch of folks seem to have a shot. Everybody's got a little something they still got to work on and still got to fix.
Makes it awesome. Like,
it is.
I mean, even just trying to figure out the #1 overall seed. I think it could come from the championship game here today, but that's not sure.
Maloney and White's on the move, and she's got it a 1-2-3 inning. Kavan, it has been her night so far. Can she keep? That's crazy. First time in her career back-to-back with the bases loaded, and it couldn't have come at a better time when Alabama brought the tying run to the plate, and Kavan sent them back to the dugout. So the Tide, after a 1-2-3 inning, will try and get back after it. Down 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Hawkins, White, and then the top of the order.
This game somewhat reminiscent of Alabama's offense struggling against Robin Herron in Arkansas earlier this week. Herron had struck out them six of them in a row and then came back and pow, pow, pow.
Vandegrift.
So this is a team that knows how to come back.
What can the coach of the year muster here? Hawkins, infield pop-up. 1 down. You know, a lot of times you love the idea of being the overall #1 seed. Sometimes you really don't want it, the pressure that's added to it for the NCAA tournament. Last year, of course, for the first time in history, the #1 seed was eliminated in the regionals when Liberty upset Texas A&M. But this year, there's a little something going on down in the lower part of the seeded teams. With Texas Tech's loss today, I think, guys, you want to be closer to 1, 2, 3 because any lower, you might run into them coming to your town for the Super Regionals.
100%. And that's what happened last year. I believe they went to Florida State.
Yeah.
Beat Florida State.
Yep, 1 on the road. Obviously, there's something happening there. Arizona State, huge win over Texas A&M today. But still, Red Raiders are awfully dangerous with that pitching staff and that lineup.
Well, and you got to remember, too, that's the 4th time that Arizona State has faced them. Yep. So, you know, you talk about regionals, and it's first time facing Nyjah Kennedy and Caitlin Terry. I don't know if you'd have the same result. Arizona State hitters very familiar with those two.
Here's Kristen White. Martinez charges, fires, not in time.
And that's what Alabama has to do. They have only grounded out twice. Everything else has been a strikeout or up in the air, and Kristen White using her speed.
I'm giving a wow for Vivi Martinez, and a good job by White using the ground. But watch this quick release. I mean, the speed of White just shows you how quickly, on a perfect play executed by Martinez, she gets down the line and beats this one out by an inch, 2 inches.
Game of inches, Mendoza. So with 1 down, they pass the bat to the top of the order.
3rd time through, see what adjustments they make, see if they're able to lay off that rise ball at the top of the zone. It's been so deadly for Tegan Kavan.
This is the time when Georgia yesterday did get to Tegan and scored 4 runs. This is for Alabama with a runner on base. Just 1 for 4 so far in the game. Young takes a strike.
See, and that's Tegan Kavan. This is when I say it's mean for a pitcher that throws a rise ball, because that's a strike at the top of the zone, and now she'll make you chase. She can go even higher. Hard to tell the difference which one is which, though. Yeah, then she brings back that one, hoping to get the chase. A good hold there by Jenny Young, but very difficult to be able to identify which one's a strike and which one's a ball.
3-1 count to Jenny Young. And I'm just going to put this out there for what it's worth for the folks at home. Alabama's biggest comeback of the season, down 4 runs to Texas. They came back and scored 11 unanswered on April 3rd. And Kavan says, I'm going to try not to let that happen this time around. 9th of the night.
And battling back when she was behind in this count, but using that rise ball so effectively at multiple levels. This one on a full count, she's going to take it at the top of the zone with great movement, 10 inches of vertical climb at 70 miles an hour, a spin rate of over 3,000 RPM.
Ground ball to second, good to Martinez, ends the inning. 5-1 Texas. It's been the Longhorns' day so far. 2 in the second, 3 more in the 4th, and a 5-1 lead. 6 outs away from a title. Caden Henry and the top of the order. The only Longhorn not to reach base. The other 8 have all been on board. Just a single 1-2-3 inning for Alabama. Otherwise, it's been pressure all afternoon and evening. Henry thrown out by Taylor, 1 down. And here comes Katie Stewart. RBI single her last time up in that big 3-run 4th inning.
Well, they've tried to pitch her away with a changeup. She got a base hit to right field, tried to get in on her hands. They did, but she's strong enough, got a base hit to left field. Be interested to see how Vic Moten attacks her.
And I think that's the thing that's impressive about Katie Stewart's year is it's not just the power, it's not just the 24 home runs, it's the 429 batting average. Shoots her average and the power, sprays the ball.
One from Moten, 2-1.
If I'm Katie, I'm sitting in right now. Oh, she got it.
She got a pitch that just fouled it off. I don't always see that. She typically pulverizes pitches that come through the zone. Erin Earlywine has been instrumental in really helping Katie Stewart this year flatten out that swing to help her elevate pitches up in the zone. She used to be weak up, no longer.
Full count.
If you watch where Marley Giles sits up behind the plate for Vic Moten, a bunch of those are big misses, not just in the dirt, but we've seen Giles set up in, it ends up out. That last one she set up out, it ended up middle, it just was down. You cannot make a mistake against Katie Stewart. And within this at-bat, she was able to get the pitch that she wanted to drive, and that was something inside. This pitch is down, but she gets even further down. Her back leg, see how low she already is? Her back leg, that knee gets underneath, and she knows it. Get out of here. We've seen her hit some monster home runs. This one hit so high. 254 feet is the distance. I'll tell you what, that apex is almost double that, how high she hit it.
Exit velocity is 79 miles an hour.
She got all of that one. As she extends her single season home run record and ends her longest home run drought of the year and really sets herself up for the NCAA tournament. All hands on deck for the Alabama pitching staff out in the bullpen following the Vivi Martinez single. Leanne Good takes a strike.
Just to go back to Stewart, so that single that she got on a full count that drove in some runs in the fourth inning, that was a screwball, but she was jammed up a little bit. That home run she just hit was also a screwball, but she got her barrel to it quicker. She identified it. Amazing.
That's what I was saying. If I was her, sit in, because they've been trying to get in, and honestly, they successfully did her last at bat. She just muscled it to the outfield.
Exactly.
When you're expecting it, and the big way to tell is that front foot. She'll keep it a little more open when she's sitting in versus when she's looking for something more middle away.
Still 0-2 to Leanne Good. Missed inside, and it pops away from Giles. And there goes Martinez over to second.
You just watch Katie Stewart going back to that home run and watch her hips. See how her hips open up? I mean, she is square to the pitcher and goes down. I mean, that is not an awful location. That's at your knees.
And moving in, continuing to move in because it is a screwball, trying to get to the handle. But she gets the barrel to the ball before the ball gets to the handle.
In the dirt, blocked by Giles.
Giles
2-2.
Giles has been working hard behind the dish.
Boy, this could be so big for Texas moving forward. We talked in the open about how all the other Longhorns were carrying a lot of the weight the last couple of days. Could they get Atwood and Stewart going again? They have picked up their games. Kavan, sharp as she's been all year in the circle. Bodes well for the Longhorns. Who, as it stands right now, they'll be able to stay at home for a regional, stay at home for a super, hop on a bus up to OKC if they keep winning. Won't have to go very far to get there. Good, right back, and it hits Moten in the gut. That was a hard hit ball right back at Moten in the circle. coaching staff, the athletic trainer out there.
Not just painful, but scary.
Yep.
I think it's a little bit of both. Why you're seeing the tears is definitely some pain, but also it shakes you up. Line drive over 70 miles an hour when you're 43 feet away, right back at you.
Yeah, release point, you're probably about 30.
ER.
Getting rattled.
Scared, yep.
She's a freshman. Probably no one has hit a ball that hard at her before.
Palazzi threw 4 innings in the regular season series with Texas. This is her debut at the SEC tournament. And here's Reese Atwood, a tough task to come in for. Home run from Atwood puts Texas in run rule territory here in the top of the 6th.
Ball.
Reese has got a different look in her eye. You're seeing it today. I haven't seen this look that she has right now. Just looks more confident, looks more convicted. She's in a yes, yes body stance. She looks triggered on every single swing. When you've got doubt, there's a part of you that's just thinking no. You know, I don't want to swing the bat. I want to walk. I'm not confident in the swing that I have. See, when you're in attack mode, instead of missing a pitch like this, because it's actually low and away to Reese Atwood, she's able to get enough on this to hit it to deep left field and get in a run. But look at the location of this. She hits it off the very end of the bat. How strong Reese Atwood is, by the way, to hit it over the head of Vandergriff and left when it's off the end of her bat.
Yeah, it went out at 63. I think if she lets that travel a split second longer, she barrels it better.
Ball.
But Jess, you could see it in her eyes. She's more in that attack mode. She's not afraid of what's going to show up. Is it a changeup?
(7-1) Texas in control. And just for good measure, they are 49-0 when Tegan Kavan has a 5-run lead or better. And tonight, it's just been up and down the order. Stewart with a home run. 8 different horns have a hit. And Kavan with 9 strikeouts, including 2 in a row with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Wells, center field, out to White, and that'll end the inning.
Well, it wouldn't be an SEC champion inches of vertical break as a hitter that you have to try to protect.
That was such a cool look to be able to see. Just like take you in the hitter's box, the batter's box right now, because Alexis Papillo, that's what she's trying to predict. Do I look for something that's up in the zone? Do I look for something that's down? And yes, that's a 15-inch margin for error. And then, by the way, she's got a changeup at 59 miles an hour that she just threw. By the way, Papillo no longer toes on the line. I mean, she's back to her normal stance.
The solo home run back in the 1st briefly gave Alabama the lead. And on the run and off the glove and into the crowd over there for Maloney. Good effort. One of just 3 hits allowed by Kavan. The other 2 singles. Tide have only had 2 runners in scoring position the entire game. This is an Alabama team that scored 16 runs in their first 2 games here. And it has been tough sledding against Tegan.
Wow.
Strikeout number 10.
She's throwing every pitch at elite level this afternoon. Her rise has been outstanding. Her drop falls off the table. Her changeup, she's selling it. You can see the way that she comes through with that long, aggressive release and sells it. Look at the way she's going to flip that over. 60 miles an hour. Completely fools her. 10th strikeout of the game.
That's 20 against Alabama in 15 innings this year.
And as a pitcher, that's when you know you're on. When every pitch, you're just throwing it on the edges with elite stuff, movement.
Rosanna Roman.
I think what I'm most impressed with is she's thrown 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks better than she did day 1, day 2. I mean, somehow this is what Tegan Kavan has shown us. This is how they won a national championship. That's a 20th swing and miss.
Lifted out to left. Sneed has it. 2 down. Hey, the Stanley Cup playoffs continue tomorrow night on ESPN. Got a game 3 for you. Sabres and Canadiens tied at 1. And then a game 4, Golden Knights at Ducks. Vegas leads the series 2-1. You can also stream both games on the ESPN app.
Well, the other thing that Kavana's done well, she's worked from ahead, but limited free passes. Just 1 walk today. No walks last night against Georgia in those 74 pitches, even though she was pulled.
Yeah, when you got right-handed hitting catchers trying to bunt, that's when you know your stuff is good as a pitcher. She's like, forget this. Harley Giles on that first pitch tried to lay one down. That is not something you see from right-handed catchers hardly ever.
Personalized service plus our award-winning app, State Farm gives you the attention you need.
Makes me feel seen and celebrated.
Just like an NBA player.
Just like an NBA player.
Whoa. Introducing the velvet voice of Mike Breed. And let's go McNuts for Monica. McNuts.
Thank you, State Farm. I could cry.
Please don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the story of the one who knows that being ready for the unexpected comes from having a partner like Grainger, whose professional-grade products and next-day delivery help ensure that he and his team are prepared to rise to every challenge, so he can be confident that he has what he needs when he needs it to help keep patients safe and happy. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with a formula that hits not 1, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
The 2026 SEC Softball Tournament on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's best network.
Now look at some of the recent SEC champs. 9 different champions in the last 11 years, 5 in the last 4 years. And with Texas right now, it would be 5 different champs over 5 SEC tournaments. And possibly the overall #1 seed for the NCAAs when we release the field of 64 tomorrow night. 2 hours of coverage on ESPN2 starting at 7 o'clock. Seven, 8, and 9 coming up to face Palazzi.
Come on, foul!
What might the RPI look like overnight? Because what has happened in the past, that's not the only indicator. There's all kinds of different pieces of criteria, but in the last 18 years, the #1 team in the RPI has only not been the #1 seed twice. Right now, the #1 seed is Arkansas, or #1 RPI, excuse me.
So I wonder what happens with Nebraska.
Yeah.
If Alabama does lose this game, Arkansas has obviously already lost.
Who's #1? Is it Nebraska? Is it Texas?
Is it Oklahoma?
I don't think you can give it to Arkansas over Alabama because they won their head-to-head series. Is it Oklahoma as the regular season champ in the SEC, which has been by far the strongest conference and the deepest all year long? Probably 12 SEC teams will get in. Caught out in center, 1 down. just to look at some of the numbers coming into the day, Alabama actually had the best numbers. RPI and also twice as many wins against the top 10 as anybody else.
Well, and I would ask those 4 teams, who wants to be number 1? Because it has not been something that has ended well.
2 down.
Well, and the other thing too, because if you look at if Texas does hold off and win, Nebraska won. Well, they split
during the regular season
early in February, first weekend of the season.
In fact, that was Kavan's best game this year coming into this one. I think she had 12+ Ks.
Jordy Fromm in Nebraska, they beat UCLA today. Even though Megan Grant hit her 38th home run to set a new NCAA single season record that has stood for 31 years.
Ball.
Also, what are they going to do with Florida State? The ACC champs are now on that Supers host bubble as possibly a top 8 seed. Maloney right back up the middle. And a 2-out base hit. Don't forget the NBA Western Conference semis tonight. ABC 8:30, Thunder and Lakers. Can LA turn this thing around at home, down 2-0? Also available on your ESPN app. Caden Henry, the top of the order coming up. By the way, it will be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Alabama in the bottom of the 7th. And their last chance to mount a massive comeback. It's been such a well-balanced attack over the 3 days for Texas. I mean, who's the MVP of the tournament if they win it?
That's a good question.
Could give it to several different folks.
Yeah, I think if you go off today's game, Kavan.
Yeah. Base knock for Henry. Maloney will hold it second. Might be Katie Stewart if she hits another bomb like she did just a few moments ago.
Yeah, she hits home runs that have exclamation points. Hits so hard, so high, automatically knows it as soon as she hits it. Solo shot, kind of felt like a big exhale for her too.
Hard hit, knocked down at third by Taylor, and she'll step on the base for the force out. Texas Longhorns, 3 outs away from an SEC champion. From bringing home their first SEC championship, from bringing home their first conference tournament title since 2005. 6, 7, 8 coming up for Alabama. Tegan Kavan has been the story with 10 strikeouts. The 6th time this year she's done that against an SEC foe. And about to put the finishing touches on what she hopes will be a second win here in the tournament. Against Audrey Vandegrift.
If I'm Audrey Vandegrift, I am not swinging at the rise ball, but that should have been a plan coming in, not just this at bat, but every time she's gotten the rise ball, she's been underneath it by a good 6 inches.
Vandegrift out to Maloney right, 1 down. Mike White has been very open with his conversations all year long about attacking a national championship, not defending one with this new lineup, this new team. Said, hey, we got to be better down the stretch, and we want an SEC ring. We want the championship. Came up short in the regular season, have fought through the bracket here in the SECs, trying to get that ring.
Well, they had to learn how to play with the target on their back, picked to finish first in the regular season by all the other coaches. It's a different vibe when everybody's gunning for you.
Well, it's also a different vibe if you change the mentality from defending something to attacking something.
And a miss on the changeup at 59. She continues to keep it under 60, Smitty.
And that's really the key for her. We've seen her make that adjustment this year, and it's been outstanding. 60 and below. It's a knee buckler.
Brooke Wells is the only batter in the lineup that has been able to avoid a K in the scorebook today from Tegan Kavan. She just picked up her 11th. And now Texas 1 out away from a championship. Garrett Griggs is the pinch hitter. The freshman out of Phoenix City, Alabama.
Over 250 pitches for 3 days from Tegan Kavan, and she is still humming at their 70+ miles an hour.
Now down to 1 strike. And the Texas fans on their feet. The first national championship last year. Way out